Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you our preview of the 2019 East-West Shrine game that takes place in sunny St. Petersburg, Florida. Now, again, a lot of NFL draft prospects will be on display in front of NFL coaches, CFL coaches, scouts, and personnel decision makers. So let's break down the teams, starting with the East roster and taking a look at some of the talent. As always, we'll start on the offensive side of the ball and with the quarterback position, and there's two quarterbacks that I'm excited to see compete this weekend for two separate reasons. Fresno State's Marcus McMaryion quietly put together a remarkable season for the Bulldogs this year, leading them to an 11-win season, but the talented passer has gone unnoticed by the media but not by scouts. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in this game. Situationally, McMaryion is excellent and does a great job of moving the sticks. He's the type of guy that'll play well in the 2-minute drills and situational drills this week in practice, as well as in the actual game. Easton Stick is the other quarterback. I was just at the FCS championship game 2 weeks ago in Frisco, Texas, and came away impressed with the overall athleticism of Stick. Many feel as though he was a Senior Bowl snub, but that's neither here nor there. What he has here at the Shrine game is an opportunity to showcase the overall passing skills needed to thrive at the next level, and I'm sure he's motivated to come in and make the most of this opportunity. In the backfield, UMass tailback Marquise Young has the acceleration and the quickness to hit the home run from anywhere on the field. And I'm not saying he's Chris Johnson fast, but his game stylistically is that of the former Tennessee Titan. He's going to be a wow guy this week at practice. Covering the FCS like we do here at Football Game Plan, I've seen a ton of Princeton wide receiver Jesper Horsted over the years. I was on the broadcast for the Monmouth game, and Horsted showcased a ton of ability as a legit deep threat. He's a dual sport athlete that plays baseball for the Tigers that can win big, he can win quick, he can win small. He's a possession guy as well. If history is of any indication, from Jeff Matthews to Alec Torgerson to Justin Watson, Horsted should also be able to shine in this week's practice. The good part about this time of the year for me is that I come into the All-Star circuit with virtually a clean slate, as my in-season broadcast schedule tends to take me to a different game each and every week. So there's a lot of guys that I haven't seen just yet, like Missouri tight end Kendall Blanton, and I want to know what type of athlete he is and where he could possibly best be suited to play at the next level. Along the offensive line, I've seen Villanova's offensive tackle Ethan Greenwich dominate a game. I was at the Temple game earlier in the season where they upset the Owls, and he was able to consistently get movement up front in the running game and stymie some tremendous pass rushers for Temple as well. Keep an eye on Trey Pipkins of Sioux Falls. He caught my attention last year when I was studying their quarterback. He has very good athleticism and does a great job in the running game. He cleared many lanes for their running back, who will more than likely be in this game next year as a pro prospect. They are doing a fantastic job out there from a coaching standpoint at Sioux Falls from developing their players into these pro prospects. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball, and I'm a big fan of defensive lineman Ricky Walker out of Virginia Tech. I think he has a certain knack for the moment, meaning that he seems to be the guy to make the play that needs to be made up front. I'm excited to see him compete this week. At linebacker, I'm predicting that McNeese State's BJ Blunt will be the talk of St. Pete by week's end. The former safety turned linebacker has the right speed, athleticism, and instincts to thrive at the position in today's NFL. Think Kaiser White type of a player. And finally, I was at SMU 2 weeks ago speaking with defensive ends coach Randall Joyner, and he spoke highly of defensive back Jordan Wyatt. And watching some SMU defensive film, I love the way they match up and attack out there on the perimeter. So for me, watching Wyatt this week will be mainly about where he's going to fit and where he's best suited to play in the secondary as a pro. Be sure to subscribe to the Football Game Plan Network on YouTube at youtube.com/footballgameplan, where you'll see all of my video highlights, practice highlights, and player interviews from each day here at the East-West Shrine game. Also, subscribe on iTunes to Football Game Plan Podcast, where you can find our post-practice powwow podcast discussing the news, notes, tidbits, and observations from the day's practice as well. You can even find it on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/FBGP podcast.